Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into some scary unknown facts every woman should know about dating out of her league. That's right, we're going to unpack this whole idea of leagues and why you need to ditch that kind of thinking right now. It's time to get real about the potential pitfalls of these relationships. We're going to talk about the psychological impact, the power imbalances and the social pressures that can come with dating someone who you perceive as being out of your league. Listen, I've seen it 1,000 times on my show, people getting into relationships for all the wrong reasons, blinded by this idea that they've somehow snagged a partner who's better than them. This kind of thinking is dangerous, and frankly, it's a recipe for disaster. We're going to break it all down so you can go out there and find a relationship that's based on equality, respect, and genuine connection. Stay tuned because you won't want to miss this. Let's talk about the psychological impact of dating someone you perceive as being out of your league. When you constantly feel like you're not good enough, it can do a real number on your self-esteem. You start second-guessing yourself, your worth, your every move. This kind of self-doubt can creep into every aspect of your life. You might find yourself withdrawing from friends and family, afraid to be your true self because you're worried you won't measure up. And let's be clear, this isn't about being insecure or having low self-esteem. This is about the very real pressure of feeling like you have to constantly prove yourself worthy of someone's love and attention. It's exhausting, it's damaging, and it can lead to a whole host of other problems down the line. We're talking anxiety, depression, even physical manifestations of stress. So before you jump into a relationship where you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, ask yourself, is this really what I deserve? Now, let's dive into the issue of power imbalances in relationships, especially when there's this perceived gap in leagues. When you believe someone is better than you, it's easy to fall into a pattern of letting them call the shots. This can manifest in all sorts of ways, from who makes the decisions about where to go on dates to who controls the finances. You might find yourself constantly deferring to their opinions, their wants, their needs, while neglecting your own. And that's a slippery slope, my friend, because once you start giving away your power, it's hard to get it back. You become dependent, insecure, and vulnerable to manipulation. And let me tell you, there are people out there who prey on this kind of insecurity. They're charismatic, they're charming, and they know how to make you feel like you need them. But trust me, a healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, not on one person holding all the cards. You deserve to have a voice, to have your needs met, and to feel like an equal partner in your relationship. Chapter 3. The weight of the world. Let's talk about social pressure for a minute, because you know it's a factor. When you're dating someone who everyone else thinks is out of your league, you're going to hear about it. Your friends might make comments, your family might raise eyebrows, and you can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be gossip going around. Now, some people might say, oh, just ignore it, but that's easier said than done. Because when you're already feeling insecure about the relationship, those doubts and judgments from your inner circle can feel like confirmation that you're not good enough. It's like carrying around this extra weight on your shoulders, the weight of everyone else's opinions and expectations. And let me tell you, it can be suffocating. You start to question your own judgment, wondering if you're making a huge mistake. You might even withdraw from your loved ones to avoid their criticism, which just isolates you further. It's you. Chapter 4. The Erosion of Self. Now let's talk about the impact this kind of relationship can have on your self-esteem, because when you're constantly comparing yourself to your partner and feeling like you don't measure up, it can really eat away at your sense of self-worth. You start to focus on your flaws, magnifying them, until they seem insurmountable. You might even start changing things about yourself, trying to mold yourself into some ideal that you think your partner wants. And that's a dangerous game to play, because you're essentially saying, who I am is not good enough. You're sacrificing your authenticity, your individuality, all in the pursuit of someone else's approval. And let me tell you, that kind of validation will never be enough, because true self-esteem comes from within. It comes from knowing your worth, owning your strengths, and accepting your flaws. Don't let anyone, not even a partner, make you feel like you need to change who you are to be worthy of love and respect. Chapter 5. The Green-Eyed Monster. let's talk about jealousy and insecurity, because those are two uninvited guests that often show up in relationships where there's this perceived league difference. When you believe your partner is out of your league, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking they could trade up at any moment. Every glance, every interaction, every comment from someone else becomes a potential threat. You start questioning their motives, their loyalty, their every move. And this kind of constant suspicion can poison even the strongest of relationships. It creates an environment of distrust, resentment, and fear. You might find yourself checking their phone, monitoring their social media, or even following them around, all in a desperate attempt to hold on to them. But let me tell you, that's no way to live. Jealousy and insecurity stem from a lack of trust, both in your partner and in yourself. Auto dating out of your league, the takeaway. So there you have it. The cold, hard truth about dating out of your league. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on a foundation of equality, respect, and trust. Don't let societal pressures or your own insecurities lead you into a relationship where you feel less than. You deserve a partner who celebrates your strengths, accepts your flaws, and makes you feel confident and secure in your own skin. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. See you next time.